So, Emma, what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about starting school.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Crippen household, ready for some more conversation about parenting. This is the introduction,
Ta-da!
where we introduce the podcast. You join us in the playground on a warm, sunny September morning, sat with the parents on a little stone wall, and we can chat all about how our experiences have been with that.
You failed to include my little mug with me.
Oh, right. You're setting the scene.
Yeah, with my hot chocolate in.
Very good.
Or mocha. Because, you know, I've been stealing daddy's ones.
If you don't know, we normally talk about babies and toddlers. Our eldest is 4 and has just started school in reception. So this is going to be an episode all about that. My name is Elliot, and I was the little shy dyslexic boy who didn't enjoy school.
I'm Emma. I was going to say I went to a small village school. I didn't know you were going to interpret it as in like how we dealt with school. And I loved school. I also went with 3 of my sisters, so it probably helped a lot. But yeah, I loved school probably up until secondary school. I did not love it then, but it was less good for me.
I didn't ask for an essay. It's just an anecdote.
Right, primary school, liked.
Right then, there's a rumour going around. This is going to be our best episode yet.
Really?
Have you heard this rumour?
I haven't heard this rumour.
I think we should crack on with the episode. That was the introduction. Bada bing, bada bing, it's parenting achievement time.
Parenting achievement time.
Little segment before we kick off where we just like to share a fail story or a relatable moment, a funny story, just, to set the scene.
I think the most memorable one happened yesterday.
Oh, what was that?
When we had to frog march Lilly through the streets as she shouted at the top of her lungs, "I don't like walking." We knew she was tired. We'd started out being like, "Oh, we're not going to go out today. It's too much work." And then we're like, "Oh, we'll go to the little charity shop with a cafe." Got there, closed. We'd promised we were going to go to the shops. So we're like, all right, we'll go into town. And we knew she was on like dodgy ground already. She'd been in a bit of a mood all morning. She did okay. We got us some shoes, blah, 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 blah. Mainly there for Lola's stuff for a nursery. Got out of Primark. She wanted to be carried. I was like, I'm carrying Lola on my back, carrier. Anyway, completely lost it. She was basically screaming and shouting as we kind of had an army marching her along, being like, I don't like walking. But unless you were there, really, really loud and like teary.
It was hilarious. She's like marching along as she's walking, screaming, I don't like walking.
Yeah, we did. We weren't the most sympathetic parents. We kept laughing at each other and trying to look a bit serious. But after that, I was like, I'm done with today. Like, I had a
It's been a recurring thing. We've had a lot of similar stories. This is probably the worst she's kicked off. But like since starting school, we should clarify, it's currently getting towards the end of September. So she's been in for three and a half weeks.
3.5 weeks,
at school. And like one of the things that we'll get on to talk about is how like behaviour outside of school has gone downhill a bit because she's just like exhausted. It's been all new stuff. It's taken it out of her. And so it's been really hard for her.
She has less tolerance for like doing other stuff.
Yeah. So anyway.
That was our nice weekend.
Lovely time. I also thought we should mention, I do want to do a whole episode on this soon in the future. But just to recap, a week ago, we had a lovely week where we all came down with a sickness bug.
Yeah.
Which is why this episode is coming out later than we hoped. We wanted to do it kind of fairly early in September to,
didn't happen.
It's when it live as things were happening, but we were delayed because this sickness bug just went through all of us. The thing that's probably quite relatable, where one person comes down who's sick, and then like the baby's sick, and then the toddler's sick, and then parenting while you're also being ill. So like every day a different person was ill, and then like while you're ill, you're sleeping on a floor with a bucket. So just like I took the baby to A&E at one point because we were very worried about her.
It was just all going on.
Not a fun week.
No.
Off work, off school, just
no. I made my mum laugh. I was like, I never realised how good our life was before the sickness bug. Now I'm like, oh, if only we could go back to that nice mediocre life beforehand.
Just the normal chaos of life.
Chaos.
Not this added level of chaos.
No one throwing up, nobody being worried about anyone being ill. Oh, wasn't life nice and back then?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, so look, put it this way, we're not looking forward to the winter season.
Yeah.
It's full of bugs.
Lola starting nursery, so
so double bug, school and nursery.
Anyway, if any of these stories resonate or are relatable, do let us know, or send in your own parenting fails or funny stories you have. We'd love to hear them, and we can share them on the podcast if we remember to, which we're often very terrible at doing,
but we might.
we might. There is a chance if we're organised.
Yeah.
Let the baby sleep a bit longer. Don't wake them up just yet. And let's get chatting about our topic for today, which is
starting school.
Starting school. We should clarify, if you're new here, that, we're not experts. We're not people who can give you advice on the best way to do this, or we're just normal parents. We chat about our experiences and share some of the struggles and joys of this particular thing that we've gone through recently. What have you got on your notes?
So, the last week at nursery.
Yes.
Was kind of like the build up towards. So we'd done the helpful thing, which was keep Lily in nursery over the holidays. Because I thought to take her out over the summer, you've got a long time before then you start school. And it kind of really puts you out of a routine of going somewhere. I think that was helpful. Step one was keep her in. It almost became like a lot of her friends left before her, which you would think was bad, but was good in a way, because I think she had a big thing about, it was so-and-so's last day yesterday, and it's going to be my last day next week. And it almost became like a rite of passage because all her friends had done their last days. And a lot of her friends had moved on. She was like, oh, well, I have to move on. I have to go to big school. This
is something that's going to be very different for everyone, isn't it? Because obviously we know all sorts of different circumstances. Some people who've never been to nursery before and are starting school. Some people who, like us, have, their children have been in nursery since really little and whatever. And some people are all year round nursery. Some people are just term time. So you'll have the summer off, which is a big gap to then.
It is a big gap.
Just stop and then start again. For us, we're all year round. And like you say, it was helpful having people disappear slow. It wasn't like just one day everything stopped.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I'll never see those people again.
Yeah.
It was sort of like you got that chance to say goodbye to individual friends one at a time as people disappeared.
Yeah. And it's helpful. Her best friend does ballet, and they still go to the same class. So it was helpful to go like, oh, you're not going to see your best friend again. You're still going to go to this class together. You'll still be friends.
Yeah. And our nursery were really good actually about trying to prepare the kids for school.
They were.
And trying to just help in all sorts of ways with what they might expect, what things they might need to do.
And I think they're doing a lot of talks about what are you scared about for school? What are you excited for with school? And they did things like training them to line up and have PE kits and just get used to that kind of routine, which I think was really good actually at nursery. Yeah.
This episode is going to be super long if we focus too much on this, but there was the whole
nursery did a great job.
Yeah, I mean, there's the whole graduation from nursery as well, which
that was really nice. It
was fun. I mean, I'm never quite sure what I think. It's a bit silly.
Didn't, but I actually really enjoyed it, and I found it quite it's nice. I think because Lily's been at her nursery basically since 1.
Yeah.
It's a big step for her leaving the nursery because we've got so comfortable with it and she's loved it so much. It's kind of a big deal for us.
That's almost more emotional, leaving nursery than it was starting school.
Yeah, I felt that. And then I kept being like, oh, I'm glad Lola's going to start, so we'll still be at the nursery again.
Yeah. We're going back with her sibling at the same nursery. Only a few months later, she's starting. So it's not goodbye forever. But yeah, just as a concept, I'm never quite sure. It's a bit American and a bit silly to have graduations for kids. I don't really agree with it. Yeah.
We'll disagree.
Yeah.
I used to think
it was a nice time.
But when I went there, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought it made them feel special.
Sometimes it's a bit too much.
Okay. I think this shows a different style personality. I like to celebrate everything.
I'm just a grumpy old man.
Yeah. Lily does currently call him old man.
Yeah.
It's a side point, but we'll get into
Right,
it.
let's try and get into the school bit then.
Right,
So
I
that's
was going to
nursery.
say what I tried to do to get prepared for school.
Yes, I've got that on my list.
Yeah.
Go on then.
So I got a book about like children going to school, and I got 2 books. I can't remember what one of them's called.
One of them was called Invisible String.
Invisible String, because people recommended that one. My only problem is, and I'm sorry if you're American, but it is American, so I have to reword it because it calls her like mum instead of mum. But it was really good at like describing the thing of wherever you go, you're connected and you're loved, and I liked that book. It was a good one to try and emphasize like, doesn't matter where you are, we're still always connected. I don't think it's as big a change for her because obviously she goes to nursery, but I thought she'll be feeling a bit more vulnerable because it's a new place.
Yeah. We did a lot of role playing.
A lot of role playing.
I mean, this occurs quite naturally with us with Lily because she loves to role play things that she's experiencing in life.
Yeah.
But as the more we talked about it, the more that in her games she would like to play pretend going to school, and like we would pretend to be teachers, and like
we'd have her dolls like Elsa and Anna, and they had to go to school. And...
Yeah. So that was really helpful, I think, for helping her understand.
And then we got another book, I can't remember what it's called, but it was just about kids going to school. So she'd be like, oh, they put their coat on a peg, and like just to kind of get her used to the idea of what school is.
One thing I would say that we didn't do very well, which, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe it helped, maybe it's not great parenting, is that we did do quite a lot of rewards. Like in this kind of period, you know, we realise it's a big change and upheaval for Lily, and we're trying to help her, you know, and make her feel loved and like just support her through it. It's quite a difficult, it's all new and different, exciting. And so we did like give her quite a lot of treats. And like we bought her presents like for all sorts of little things, and for starting school she got presents after her first day of school.
She got like a magazine and like what was it?
The night before you let her sleep in your bed.
Oh yeah.
So like there was all sorts of stuff like that.
I think we were trying to emphasize like, I don't know, like make the most of the last few days with her and stuff. I was going to say what else we did is like I say we, mummy, like I chose a book bag that I was like, she'll really like. So it's kind of like a maroony colour and it's got a ballerina on. And
we all went to get her school uniform.
We tried to make everything exciting. So it wasn't like scary or different. It was like, oh, let's go get a uniform. Won't it be fun? Let's get a book bag that you really like, so that she was really excited to use it. Like stuff like that to kind of make it exciting, and not like, oh, you've turned up and this happens to be what you've got.
Again, if you're not a long time listener and you're not familiar with our kids, Lily, we were a bit concerned because she's someone who loves like personal kind of appearance, fashion. What's the expression?
Self-expression.
Self-expression, that's the word I was looking for. She loves wearing princess dresses. She loves colour. She loves doing her hair and makeup. And so we were kind of a bit concerned about how she would deal with school where it's all very uniform. She has to wear certain clothes. She can't have her nails and her hair done how she likes. So that's why we put a lot of effort into some of these things to make it seem exciting, because we were a bit nervous about how she would adapt.
And we knew there was no point in buying any trousers because she's such a girly girl. She just refuses to wear trousers really at all. So unless they're under a dress. So we've just gone for dresses, which I think was the right decision because she does like her dresses. But I remember like lots of the parents, well, are you getting any trousers? I was like, well, no, but that's not like a practical thing. It's just because I know my child won't wear those.
In this period over the summer, that kind of transition from nursery to school, what did happen, well, happened for us anyway, we can talk about this, is the kind of taster days.
Yes,
which you went to. Do you want to explain how they worked?
Oh, so the first one, I went with her and you just kind of looked around the classrooms, had a bit of a play. And I think she had 2 more after that. So she was quite a good few taster
I think
days.
there was sort of like a parents' evening type one where you kind of just went to
there was one parents' evening where it was just me went, and you just got to meet the head teacher and the staff, and just they'd talk about what skills they would hope the child would have when they started, and what to expect and what you need to send in with them and everything. And then the second one I went to, you could bring your child with you and you could kind of look around the setting and familiarize the child with that.
And those 2 were both, they're distinct from an official taster day, which we did also have, which was a day for Lily to go in just for
But she had 2 of those, I'm pretty sure. Well, I think there was 3 altogether, like 3 times she'd been in the school before she started.
Okay. But that time, that first taster, like we were very surprised. We barely got a look in. She went straight down the steps. She held the teacher's hand and went straight in the building.
Yeah, didn't even say goodbye.
Didn't look back. We were stood there like, oh, this isn't like...
We'd expected more of an emotional, goodbye, Lily,
Yeah.
we'll see you. No, just went.
And sure, it was only for a couple of hours. It wasn't her first day at school, but like, I mean, it boded well for starting school, but we were very surprised.
We were. And then I felt bad because other parents were lingering and saying goodbye. I was like, my kid's gone.
Yeah.
Do I linger? I was like, I can't really. She's not come back to look at me. Like, I better just go.
We've got plenty of friends at other schools who weren't offered any taster days.
We have a couple of friends who the school said there was going to be taster days and there never was. And another one where I think they got 1 afternoon, but it was only 1 chance. So if you couldn't make that one, you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So our school was actually quite good in giving you 2-day options and doing it.
Yeah. I mean, through all this story, we've been very impressed with our school, and we're very happy with where she's ended up. So great stuff. But yeah, it is interesting hearing stories from other mums and dads' experiences at other schools. And we hear a lot about a range of different schools because all her friends from nursery have gone to different schools. Very few of them have gone to the same schools.
True.
Not many of her friends from nursery have come with her to this school.
No.
So that was an interesting challenge. We've got your friends who you met up with before school.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I don't know, maybe not mention them by name, but you could talk about...
Beforehand, somebody had put on Facebook a mum saying like, her little boy's starting school. He's never been to nursery. They're fairly new to the area. Could anyone? And she was going to the same school as Lily, and does anyone want to meet up for a play date? So I messaged and I was like, my little girl's going. Let's meet up. And it's really nice because now they're really good little friends at school. I think we made up for a couple of play dates, and They've hit it off as little buddies. Nice
I think it's a really good...
It's a good idea,
If you want a piece of advice, then trying to...
Yeah, do you like that? Like ask on
friends,
Facebook.
Reach out publicly. See if you can find another parent with a kid going.
It's quite handy. She is quite close friends now with the 2 children who went to nursery with it, but they're not in the same class.
Yeah.
And this other little boy is, so she's now got a nice little friend in a class
At least,
particularly
in that first couple of weeks, you've got someone who you know. I mean, it does depend how, our children seem to make friends very quickly.
Yes, true.
So even after a couple of play dates,
they were quite comfortable.
They were quite comfortable with each other, and then on the first day of school, like they could recognise each other. All this will vary massively depending on what your child is like. So whatever. Yeah. But so it worked quite well.
It was
good
and
idea.
I know, like most days when I talked to, they've sat and had lunch together, so they seem like good little pals.
Yeah. I think that probably brings us to the first day of school, unless there's anything else before that you want to talk about.
No, I think that's it.
No? So that brings me to my big pet peeve.
Oh, no.
The big thing, well, a lot of parents is so we get hit September and we're like, okay, we're starting school. She doesn't start till Wednesday.
Doesn't start till Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
What are you meant to do on Monday and Tuesday? I know other parents had it worse, so friends that didn't start till Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's most of the week gone.
Well, I remember thinking there's no point starting on Thursday. And some people I know, they have like half days for 2 weeks before they start properly.
Yeah. So it'd be really fascinating to know how it worked for you if you're listening to this. But for us, we went straight in, probably because we had all those days that they gave us.
Yeah.
That we went straight in full time from the get-go.
Yeah.
A lot of schools, we know, a lot of friends we have, they have staggered starts.
Yeah.
Sometimes ridiculous, like up to like 2 weeks worth of various patterns.
Which I think, if anything, is just more confusing near the end because the child will have no clue how long they stay there at all.
And I get they're trying to make the adjustment easier for children. And maybe if you've never been to nursery, that is helpful. So. But how are you meant to work?
Yeah, I know.
Like,
and then you're like, would you take most of the week off?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I don't think we mentioned actually, but the same thing really applies to those taster days where, again, very odd hours. If you're working, how are you meant to take them? Right. So the morning of first day of school.
Oh yeah.
Lily was up at the crack of dawn.
Oh, very excited.
I've got down here 5:30. She was up. Very eager, basically wanted to leave the house straight away.
Oh, yeah. It was really hard keeping her in. I made her like a little banner saying first day. This was because the night before I felt guilty that we weren't doing much. I remember afterwards, everybody went, "Oh, what a lovely idea!" And I was like, "That was done in the dead of night," because I was like, "We haven't done anything. We haven't made enough effort." So I made a little banner on like the fireplace. She took pictures with.
Yeah.
She was so excited though to get her bag on.
You're
and
a
everything.
little sentimental thing.
I'm a sentimental.
I was just like, it's first day of school.
And I was like, oh, it's a big step. It's the first day.
I'm not very sentimental.
Yeah, I was like, other people do special stuff. We should do something special. But she was very excited. She was quite happy with the banner actually as well.
Yeah.
She's insisting though Lola has to have one for her first day of
nursery.
So I'm gonna have to make another one of them.
Could you not reuse the banner?
No, she told me it had to be a different one because I asked at the
Ah.
time. I said, "Can we use this one? That'd be nice." Because in my head, I was going, "I could it says first day, didn't say of what."
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, Lola has to have her own banner."
We did do the typical thing where we took first day photos.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
Again, as per my nursery comment, I'm a bit like, it's a thing everyone does. I'm not sure I like doing it. I like to buck the trend. I feel like it's a silly sort
But
of
it's nice
thing.
to look back on.
But
You see how they've grown every year.
I was happier we took some like nice, photos. I think part of it is because it's so staged. I'm not quite sure what I don't like about it. There's something kind of just a bit cringy. I don't know.
He's just a grump.
Grumpy grump. But we took some nice photos of her in her uniform. We did get one in the end outside the door.
Yeah.
And then I took her to school, which I don't know, maybe surprising. It's the rhythm that we wanted to follow and that we always did for nursery, that I did drop off and you did pick up.
So we thought we'd just do the same.
But I don't know, maybe surprising. Mums tend to like did you want to do drop off? Did you like not doing drop off?
I like not doing it. I always worry if she's going to get emotional, if she gets less emotional with you than me. So I thought it was better for you to take her. But she was fine anyway, so it didn't.
You didn't miss having the experience of doing the first school run?
No, I don't mind.
See, we're both a little bit kind of
detached. I'm like, she'll go to school again the next day. I'm more like, I think I always want to make things special for her. So if she'd wanted me to go, I'd have gone. I'm not someone to be like, I have to go.
Yeah. But it's not special for us.
That's what I mean. I think her leaving nursery was more emotional. I wasn't that emotional about her starting school.
Oh, okay.
But I think that's maybe because also I was quite confident she'd be happy.
Yes. So I took her to school. I was pleased that she walked to school. It's a little way for us. Not a massive walk, but for Lily.
Also, now we've got used to doing it. It's pretty quick, really.
Yeah. But Lily is not a big walker.
As people will know from the start of the episode.
The start of the episode, we had the story. I don't like walking. I was very worried this was going to be our trip in every day to school. But fortunately, at that point, it was all very novel. So she was quite excited. So we walked to school. And it went as smoothly as I could hope. And I know I apologize in advance that this has been fairly smooth sailing for us, because we've talked to a lot of mums, we see it at the school door that it can be horrendous for people, very traumatic, that a lot of kids really struggle going in, crying all the time, not just on the first day, but continuing. And I don't know, we have been successful. I don't know if we have any particular advice or if it is just Lily's personality. This is what I wanted to be like, we put a lot of work into reading the books and stuff. But I think part of it, your child either feels ready or they don't. Yeah. And nothing you can really do. Like, try your best about reading books about school and making it exciting. But I think when it comes down to it, it's up to the kid and their personality, isn't it? Yeah. I can't even say that it's like a girl-boy split. No. Because there's been plenty of, that doesn't seem to be a trend. No, true. And Lily is a summer born, so she's definitely not like she's at the older end of the. It's not like I think she is kind of quite mature, but like she is, she's one of the younger ones. She is, yeah. So I really don't know what makes it what's but she was quite happy. She was happy to see a teacher. She was happy to go in. I will say, funny story, I don't know how it works at your child's school, but like often there's a peg. They go and hang their book bag and their coat up on a peg is the idea. I know it might take a while for the kids to understand where that is or what to do, and it's a bit chaotic on the first day. I have found out their book bags are meant to go there. Oh, are they?
Yes. So it
Okay.
turns out she's right, partly.
But not the coat.
Not the coat.
Okay, so this is where this story's going. Is I watched kind of through the window. A lot of us parents were kind of hanging around, just checking as the kids went in, you know. And I kind of expected her to go and hang her coat up on a peg.
We had a big talk about you go and you put your coat on the peg.
Yeah. She was directed with like a kind of teaching assistant, I think, if I remember rightly, to where her drawer was, which you rightly say is where her book bag is meant to live. And as it would with me, I think this kind of threw Lily because she was expecting to go and hang her coat up. So I stood there for like a good 5 minutes watching Lily try and stuff her coat and her book bag and her water bottle into this tiny little plastic sliding drawer that was hers. Like, I was just sat there like, Lily, I really don't think all those things are going to go in there. She didn't go and like ask or she was just by herself.
Stuffing everything in.
Quite happily stood there just stuffing the coat into the drawer.
I think you said she'd get it all in.
She did.
After Ellie got me, he's like, well, it's definitely not where that stuff was meant to live.
Yeah,
but
it really amused me though. Just it was such a funny image. Anyway, so I came home and then you went back at the end of the day to pick her up.
Yeah, she was perfectly happy. The only mishap we had is that I started my period midway through walking to pick her up.
Oh, I did not know this.
So no, I remember being very stressed because I was like, I'm pretty sure the period has started. Got Lola with me. So, like, I'm rushing with the pram.
Yeah.
And then I was like, parents are going to think I'm really weird because I keep kind of trying to look sneakily at my crotch to be like, is the blood coming through? Like, how bad is it? Because, you know, it starts and it's a little bit. I'm like, oh, it's okay. It'll get soaked up. It'll be fine. But I was like, I can't tell. I can't tell how bad it is. So I remember being quite stressed. Like, she was fine, and I was trying to be really happy for her and be like, oh, how was your day? Let's go! But I was also like, we need to go home. Like, we need to go now.
Yeah.
So, like, when they were like, oh, we'll get your kids to it, in my head, I was like, I need her here now. I need to have her now. I need to go home because I need to get to a toilet. But anyway, Lily was great. Got home. It was very stressful for me.
Yeah. I don't think anyone will have noticed. I must say the whole pick up and drop off is a lot more chaotic than I had first envisaged.
Because with nursery, it's quite civilised. You ding the bell, they bring your kid.
Yeah.
Even if there's a queue of you, they do it one by one. You get a little debrief. School is like, there's a hodgepodge of kind of a queue that forms.
Yeah.
The teacher just brings out a kid and goes, like, looks to see if the parent's there.
Yeah. It just kind of generally they gather the kids in and then they kind of generally spew them back out at the end of the day. Let's talk about then the adjustment, particularly for us, and then I think we can get on to the adjustment for Lily and how she's coped. The adjustment for us is about, you know, the difference in rhythm and pattern from nursery. So there's a couple of things to pick up here. I mean, just like the little things, I suppose, to begin with. Like there's no app anymore. We're used to getting like updates and pictures,
photos throughout the day. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, and like. As we began on that first week, the school are amazing, but like the administration and communication isn't always amazing. There's a lot of times when I feel like the parents were all kind of going, what are we meant to be doing? What's going on? Like I remember when we first started the first couple of days, we weren't even quite sure what time she was meant to be there or what time she was meant to be picked up. We knew it would be roughly around 9 o'clock and roughly around 3 o'clock. We were like, oh, but what time do we actually...
And I remember like looking on the website, like it doesn't say when school finishes. What time do I go? And luckily, like we have a few other mum friends. I was like, what time are you going? Does anybody know what time we finish? And you do get a lot of emails, which I'm quite good because I read them and make notes and be like, oh, this is what we have to do. But I can see for like a lot of parents, it's a lot of emails. Like a lot of parents didn't realise what day P was because obviously I hadn't read the email that was sent out. Yeah. So like we were some of the only people send her in a PE kit.
I think this is it. I think the information is usually there somewhere. Yeah. But it's like buried in one thing. Like we eventually found the start and finish times in like a leaflet that we've been given at one of the taster days. Yeah. But like that was the only time that information had been communicated to us.
And we're like, if you didn't go to a taster day, I don't know how you'd have found out.
So like it's often... We have been told, but like I think it needs reiterating because...
And the email has like a link for each year, so like a document for each year.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
I thought if you were looking, it'd be like, that's a lot. I might not read it right now if you didn't realise what it's for and that kind of thing.
Life's busy.
Yeah, and I just think people don't, because it's not on an app. We do though. This is more news. There's the Arbor app.
Right.
I think other schools might have that.
So I'm a dad. I'm not involved in any of this.
So
tell me what this app is, Emma.
It says their attendance, tells you if there's going to be a trip, and it has lunch. So the lunch options.
Yes.
That's what I click on, the lunch options and choose.
So
what
that's
she can
different
have.
for us from a little difference from nursery that we get to pick her lunch options.
So you get to put in what every day there's a slight different choice. I mean, there's always jacket potato and there's always pasta, thankfully.
Yeah.
So that means Lily will always have something she likes. But it's good. There's problem is the menu changes week on week. So some weeks I'm like, oh, she'd like everything this week. I've got a big choice. Other weeks I'm like, we're just going to have jacket potato today, pasta tomorrow, jacket potato the next day because...
And the food, we are used to nursery where she would then get like an afternoon meal. I mean, it'd be like 4:00, but they did treat it a bit like an evening meal.
Yeah.
That, it was more food. So... It is different now that we pick her up and we're now like, we need a proper meal tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, we always fed her again, but like on nursery days, we were used to her being pretty full.
Yeah, just having a little snack once you got in.
Yeah. So just slight differences, different routine that you just get used to. But let's talk about the big one, the school day.
Oh, yeah.
It finishes so early.
Very early. So we're used to nursery where it's like 4:30 is the end of the day.
And that's quite early for us.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
We work flexibly and from home and we don't need her to be in really late hours.
Yeah.
We know plenty of friends and family and people
who had them until 5,
to like 5,
6,
half 5, 6. But to suddenly be like, it gets to 2:30 and I'm like, oh, we need to start getting ready to walk to school.
Because we need to get her drinking a snack because she has to have a drink. People know you do pick up, you have to have a drink and a snack with you.
Yeah. We have to get our 10-month-old ready.
Yeah.
We have to get the pushchair ready. It takes 20 minutes to walk.
Yeah. So basically like an hour before you're like, right, I need to start getting my head into gear and get everything ready.
But I'm like, 2:30. I'm like, it's halfway through the day. When am I meant to work?
And then then you're like, right, need to get there for 3.
Yeah. I've lost like an hour and a half. Yeah. Easily 2 hours from the day.
That's why he likes ballet days because I take her to ballet, so you get a claw back some time.
I mean, and that's our situation where I now stay up a bit later at night and stuff and try and squeeze stuff in around. I mean, I haven't found a good solution really yet. I'm still working on this, but like for other people that work 9 to 5s or like more regular patterns of work, they work from an office. I don't know how you do it.
Well, I think you'd have to rely on grandparents. And it is after school clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
Which you could do. So.
But again, it'd be such a... We've discussed this, haven't we? We might
put her in
some of them.
Yeah.
But it would just be such a big... It's already a big transition starting school to immediately go to then this after... I mean, I suppose you'd have to, wouldn't you?
But, you would, yeah. But it
would be so tough on the kids.
We were like, we're not doing it till we're sure she's settled and happy, and then we could start introducing after school club. Because we thought it was too much too soon to do everything all at once.
Is there anything else that's been a change for us? How has it been?
So I did make a lot of friends nursery, but I think it's more sociable school because you're all there dropping off together.
You've made a lot of mum friends.
I've made quite a lot of mum friends because it's also Lily's made friends and I've had to learn their names. So yeah, but it means there's quite a few people because you see them most mornings or most afternoons. You get to know them fairly well, and you see basically there's a lot of other mums who have young babies, so we sit and talk because we've all brought them with us. You know, so I think you get to know people a lot quicker.
Unless you're a man or a dad like me who kind of just stands there awkwardly and silently. Well, I say hello.
There'll be some social dabs. Admittedly, I haven't met one at school, but I'm sure there are some. Me and 2 of Lily's friends, we walk back together, so you get a good little mum chatting as you're walking back.
It's just been very strange, really, just seeing Lily go to school in her uniform every day.
She looks so grown up in a uniform.
I feel like we've really hit that transition now where I mean, it's been coming on for a while, but like, she's not a toddler. She's
No.
like a little child. She is her own person. She's just so grown up, and
Yeah.
it's just, it's funny,
She
isn't
comes
it?
out with really thoughtful things as well sometimes, and you're like, didn't know you thought about such things.
And maybe that, it might not be a sort of thing that you have to adapt to if, for example, you've been in a school nursery,
True.
preschool or something like that, where you're already in a uniform, or like you're already on the same site as the school, like some of those things. But for us, it's felt like a bit of a jump. Because we were at the nursery where she used to go as a baby, and now suddenly we're at a big school.
Yes,
and like, that's kind of, it is fun, it's quite exciting to see her. Like,
and it's nice. She's very proud of her school. Like, she likes looking at the big building, and when I'm bigger, I'm going to go to the big building.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice, because I was worried if she didn't like school, it'd make it very difficult. Where it's nice to see her quite happy and proud of the school she goes to.
Let's talk about the transition for Lily then, how she's coped with it. I mean, like I say, on the whole,
pretty good.
Pretty well. Like, better than some of our friends who've had real challenges.
We're quite lucky that she's really enjoyed all of it so far, really. So, because PE was one of my worries, because she's not the most, if people know Lily, she's not the most coordinated or sporty child.
No.
But she's taken to PE well. She said she likes apparently do a lot of climbing.
There is more physical activity.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think maybe at nursery, like, they did do that, but like,
it's less children and less space.
Yeah, so a lot of the boys would run around, but she could choose to go and sit and do a different activity if she wanted to.
Yeah.
Whereas here now, it's kind of more encouraged. It does mean that in the first 3 days, I think every day,
she
came home having fallen over, and like, we had holes in our tights. Every day.
Yeah. I remember we had a big thing about me, like, you tell the teacher when you fall over, because she'd be like, oh yeah, I fell over, my knee bled, but I was fine. And I was like, well, you do need to tell someone about that. So she was very good the next day she fell over, and we got an email home being like, accident report. So she did tell her teacher, so she was good.
I mean, it does mean we bought all these school clothes, and then end of the first week, and we're like, well, that's 3 pairs of tights in the bin. Which
to me says the tights weren't great quality. Not calling anyone out, but Madeline, you should do better. They should be better tights. So now we've got some different tights as well.
We mentioned earlier in the episode about like uniform and stuff, and our worry about her transition with that. But okay, I mean, I think it's slowly getting harder. As the weeks went on, it dawned on her that like, oh, I have to wear this every day.
Yeah.
The novelty wore off.
And she more and more realised the things she couldn't do.
Yeah.
So she was like, I can't have funny coloured things in my hair, and I can't have my nails done. And one day she was like, I'd like to wear this makeup. And I was like, you can't. What I do now is, which is a bit cheaty, I'm like, look, you can put lipstick on, just because she didn't have real lipstick. She just have like lip glossy stuff. And I'm like, put it on. No one's going to know. It's fine.
And it is really difficult. I mean, we'll come to it in a second, because we need to talk about Fridays. But if you've come across or heard our episode about flexi schooling and part-time school, you'll know some of our thoughts about the education system. But like, trying to answer Lily's questions about some of this stuff, like, why do I have to wear this uniform? Why can't I wear a bow in my hair? Why can't I have nail varnish? Like, it's really challenging for us, because we don't really agree with a lot of the rules.
And you can't go, well, mummy and daddy don't think it's silly anyway, because that's not going to convince her to do it.
Yeah.
So you have to be like, well, this is just the rules. And I'm often like, I think it's to try and help you learn. And she's like, well, how? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what helps you learn, sweet.
She's a typical, person of this age where every question is answered with why.
Yeah.
Why? Goes on forever. But in this case, it is challenging, because you get to a point where I really don't know how to answer this.
How to justify
because this is what our education system and the school says has to happen. We don't know why. It seems silly to us too.
I get the nail varnish one, because I do think like they have a swimming pool at school. If they go swimming, it's bad for bacteria and stuff. Like, I get that.
I mean, they don't go swimming in the first year, but sure.
No, but like, they have to get used to them ready for the next year. So I'm fine with that. My main thing is, I'm like, why not coloured hair stuff?
Yeah.
Like, once again, I get kids could be jealous, but I'm like, kids can be jealous of anything. Like,
yeah.
Like, Anyway, no, it's not a thing that we should get annoyed about, but we both really don't think there's any need for uniform.
Yeah.
Especially because our school's very good, but a lot of schools, they make it very expensive.
It can be very expensive, can't it?
Even our school, you don't need, you only need the cardigan or the jumper to have the logo on, and you don't really need anything else like that. It's still quite expensive because you have to like get certain dresses.
Even getting like
I would
supermarket
say
stuff
easily cost us probably £200.
Yeah.
Like, to kit her out for everything.
Particularly because she's so young, we wanted a uniform for every day that she's in.
Because I'm like, if it gets dirty, we don't want to have to wash it the night before.
Yeah. I'm sure as they get older, we might be able to like reduce the number of items we need. But like, even buying basic items, and because you're equipping her out with a whole wardrobe. Yeah. Again, as you get older, maybe this is less, but initially, like shoes. Yeah, we need new shoes, you need tights, you need the dress. It's not just one thing. And you need like
the PE kit, the PE shoes.
Yeah. A book bag, a PE bag. And of course, the other major one is behaviour and how they cope. And as we've already alluded to, like, it is very tiring for them.
Very tiring, yeah.
Just, even though the day is shorter than she's used to.
I think it's like you're managing a lot of other people, so she's not used to that many people. It's a lot of emotions, like kind of trying to control yourself in that setting because it's quite overwhelming. And, that thing I think is quite tiring.
I remember the second week because, with nursery, she didn't go in full time. She was in 3 days a week. Yeah. And so we got to Wednesday, and this is the first time ever where she's gone back to the same place 3 days in a row. Yeah. And she was kind of like, I'm going back again.
No, and then she would to me, do I go forever? She liked school, but I liked in her head, she was like, is this for eternity? Like, am I going in? Yeah.
And you can, even now, you can see the behaviour deteriorate. Like Mondays are pretty good. Yeah. Get to Wednesday, then Thursday, things are really beginning to look down. But like, just because it's exhausting and like it's hard work, and she wants a break. Like 5 days in school is too much at this age.
Yeah, it's a lot.
To be, frank, I like as a 4-year-old, I don't really feel like they should be in school. I mean, I would say it's very good at our school. They basically just do playing. Yeah, it's like they're not sat at desks.
No,
like,
it's very like
I'm very impressed with what they do with them. Like, and she's having a lovely time
And it's interesting because I was talking to one of the mums and I was like, oh, she's really been talking about what letters she's been doing. And they were like, oh, yeah, I think it's because they get to choose. So it's nice she's been choosing to do letters. Because she was saying her little boy hasn't chosen to do anything like that. He's just like been playing.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, oh, it's nice she's chosen to do something.
They have a choice of what they can do in the day. So we're very happy with all that.
Yeah, we are,
But like, even so, like, 5 days a week to be at school, it's just, and it means that in the evenings and at weekends we're really trying to enforce having lots of downtime, which
is hard because our weekends get booked up very fast with trying to meet people and hang out.
And she's been having a lot of tantrums.
She has.
And do you want to explain, like one of the things is she then rebels out against, so most weekends now she wants to wear a costume.
Yeah, now she only wants to wear princess dresses because before she had a lot more say of what she wore every day. So it was less extreme. She could wear just kind of pretty, fun things every day, but like, almost like a smattering. Whereas now she's like, it's the weekend. I'm dressing full princess mode. I'm having every bit of jewellery on me. I'm having my hair done the way I like and the makeup the way I like because I don't get to do that during the week.
Yeah.
Which I completely understand. So I'm very forgiving. I'm like, sure, like I get you've kind of been almost suppressed all week.
But on the occasions where we need her to do something,
we're going to be practical.
Like, let's wear some pajamas in bed.
Yeah,
or like we need to wear
downhill.
some sensible shoes out in the wet weather. Yeah. Like anything like that, she's really pushing back against the authority of it because she doesn't get that ability to express herself during the week.
Yeah. So I've been very kind with like pajamas. I'm like, wear a pair of shorts, wear like your dressing gown, that can be your pajamas. Like I'm very open to wearing odd assortments of things as long as she agrees.
I wouldn't say it's helped. Like she's still had a lot of meltdowns.
She has, yeah.
Like
about putting pajamas on.
Just who knows what it's about? I think she's just overwhelmed. Like it can be the silliest little thing, and you're sort of like, why are we having a fight about this? Why are you screaming again? Like just, it's. September has certainly been challenging, but mostly because of that, but not because of school itself, but the
Yeah.
repercussions that then kind of come into daily life because of this new thing.
Because a lot of it, I kept being like, oh, well, maybe it's the sickness bug. She was quite ill. Like, you know, I kept kind of giving excuses. And I was like, I think she just kind of gets to kind of a point where she's like, I'm too tired, I'm overwhelmed. I'm now gonna, when I get home, I'm just gonna kind of, I want my way or the highway, basically. I want to tell them what I want to do, and I want to do that thing. Because I don't do that in any other setting now.
Yeah.
I think it will improve as she gets used to it, but it is just tough for her right now.
So Fridays, if you're not familiar, we do things slightly differently. And we have said to the school, we want to do part-time at school before she hits compulsory school age. So before she turns 5, you are not legally required to be in school. Yeah. It's a bit complicated. So what is it? There's 3 dates during the year. So it's the term after they turn 5.
After they turn 5. So not if they like turn 5 midterm, you don't have to suddenly send them. You can wait till the end of that
is
term.
when they hit compulsory school age and they have to be in school.
Exactly.
If you have a summer baby like us, then it means for a lot. Well, for us,
ours is the whole
for
year.
the entire first year of reception.
So she doesn't have to till
she doesn't legally have to be in school, and the school can't fine you. No. They can't. There's nothing they can do.
I say
they might put up a fine.
Some schools make it very difficult.
Yeah.
We were very lucky. Our school's being completely fine with it. Like some other schools purposely mark it as an absence and mess up the attendance record, whereas our school's good. They've just said like she's in the day she's meant to be in, so it's 100% attendance.
So we did our podcast about flexi schooling about a year ago. So this has been something we've been mulling over for a long time and always intended to do. Yeah. So it was a decision we made jointly that we thought was the best thing for Lily. It does make work and stuff complicated for us, but we think it's best for Lily, and it means every Friday she doesn't go into school. And we told the school this is what we were going to be doing, and they were okay with it. Yeah.
They didn't ask us to do anything. Like some schools are like, "What are you doing with them?" They've been very kind of open about just you're fine.
Yeah. But that's in a formal way. We have a regular rhythm, but it does mean if your child is struggling, or if, for example, you want to go on holiday, you should be aware, because you can go.
And not be fine.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. Once your child is 5, then
that's the next term.
That's a different thing.
So at the minute, make the most of it. Basically.
Yeah, definitely make the most of it.
If you want to take them out for something, like you're like, oh, there's a nice thing we want to go to, just do it. Yeah. They can't do anything about it.
So to some extent, Fridays are that for us. They are an opportunity for Lily to decompress.
Yeah.
As we've already said, like 5 days a week is a lot for any 4-year-old.
Yeah.
And so we felt it was best to have a day where she could
just relax.
There's no need for us to do things on those days, but we have been doing stuff with her.
Yeah, we like to use it as an opportunity to kind of almost, I would say, learn things or do a form of education that you wouldn't get at school.
Similar to homeschooling. Yeah. Where it's a different style of education.
So far, we've been to Dig in York, which is like learning about archaeology, and she really actually liked that. And I was very impressed because she had enough knowledge. They showed her like a skeleton, and they were like, "What do you think this was?" And she was like, "A monkey." And I was like, "That's really clever," because like human skeletons, we are very similar to monkeys. That was good knowledge on her part. And then last week we went to an art class together. I mean, the first week we just baked a cake and took her swimming because we just wanted her to relax. And then last week we went to an art class together, me and Lily, and she loved it. That was really good. Made a little sketchbook.
You say just, but like doing cooking and doing swimming, they're all very,
Oh, it is, yeah. I just meant it wasn't like a pre-planned thing as much.
Oh, true. Yeah. I mean, you have a whole list of things you're going to do with her, places to take.
This is, when I was worried the school were going to have a problem, I made a huge list on my phone of things that we're going to do. Yeah. Which I want to do anyway, but I remember thinking this would help justify my reasons of what I want to do.
Yeah.
Never had to use them.
Yeah.
But
so like museums, educational things. Yeah.
So for instance, Leeds Armory, they have jousting 1 month a year, and I was like, oh, when they have that, we'll go and see it. That'll be a great opportunity. So stuff like that, that I know that's happening, or certain museums that are going to have certain
and the things
exhibits.
You can go to that will be quieter on a Friday, that would be really busy on a weekend.
And like, so our next thing I think I'm building us up to do is we want to go to the mosques. We had to rearrange that because she was sick.
Yeah.
And my other thing is we're going to go to York Chocolate Story, where you learn the history of chocolate making and you get to make something.
Yeah. So just exploring like
Yeah.
religions and churches, exploring activities that people put on for kids,
Yeah.
all sorts of different things. I take a much more casual approach to it.
But I think that's good.
Yeah.
Like, it's good to have, because you just generally take her swimming, which is a good skill to have.
While it's sunny, I want to do like go out like into the forest and do some nature stuff before the weather gets too wintry. But I think I want to keep up the swimming because it's something I want her to learn, and we've not been good at doing regular swimming.
And it also means when she starts next year, she'll kind of have swimming under her belt a bit for when she does swimming at school, so it's not scary.
Yeah. And we'll do other sort of vaguely educational things, fun things. Whereas I'm just going to like get in a car and like where could we go today? Like go to a National Trust place.
I like to also give Lily the option of being like, should we get a bus or a train? How would you like to get there? Like, for instance, the art thing yesterday, I was like, we can walk, we can get a bus, we can get a train. What thing is the most fun? So she chose like to get a. See, I think also to give her the freedom for her to choose how to do it.
Yeah.
So she like was like, let's get the train there. And then on the way back, I was like, do you want to get the train home or the bus home? Do you want to get the bus? So I was like, it's nice to give her some control back.
Yeah.
For what she wants to do.
And when the weather gets really bad, I'm sure, we might do some indoor activities, and we're very used to putting together like activity packs and making like fun interactive things to do at home that she could engage with. So yeah, like that's what we do on Fridays.
Yeah. And it was nice. The art class went to like there was some older ladies, and the lady teaching it was nice, and they were so interested in like part-time school, and they were like, oh, what a good idea. It's so nice you can go to things like this. Because I was saying, like maybe in a couple of months we'll come to the art class again because, it's nice for her to do it again. Just we won't be here every week because we do a variety of things. And it was nice that other people were like, oh, that's such a good idea. Like, why isn't this more of a thing? And I was like, well, people don't know you can do it.
People don't know, do they? Which is why we share it on the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever did what I asked you to do, which was to check with some of your friends about sharing stories, but there have been some funny stories.
No.
That
but I can share some of Becky's.
Yes,
as
or
well.
Anonymously. I don't know how I want to do
anonymously.
it. But like, because we've had a fairly smooth transition, just wanted to share that other people have painful transitions, and like some of the, like in hindsight, funny stories that emerge from that to reassure people that it's perfectly normal for this to be a difficult time.
Well, it's like so Becky's thing it's not technically school related.
Becky, your sister in France.
My sister in France. People who are playing along, we've said it. It's taken a long time this episode though.
Yeah.
So her youngest has started at the childminders, but she was gone on a hunger strike at the childminders, which I also found out some other friends have had the same problem with their kids at school.
Right.
Where they just refuse to eat. So Becky said she now has to meet Alia from the childminders with her food. And as soon as Alia is with her, she will stuff her face because she's starved herself. Like she's dying to eat. And Becky said, it's the same stuff. It could literally be the stuff. Because Becky makes the food to give the childminder. It's not that the childminders made the food.
Yeah.
It's the same food she eats at home. Presents it to her, refuses to eat it. Will not eat it at all. And she's there for a while. Like, I think she's there longer than most kids are at school.
Yeah.
And she's like, she'll drink, but she will not eat. Refuses.
And we heard this story from one of your friends about school as well, that they just don't eat anything at school. Refuse. It's like, that would be very worrying.
And it's tricky, isn't it? Because you'd be like, well, how do you make them? You can't
like,
really.
What can you do?
Yeah.
Like yeah.
So I think that's a challenge. And we've seen like a few children. So like one of Lily's little friends was getting quite overwhelmed at lunch times. I talked to Lily, me and her mum, and they were like, can you please sit with her? And now Lily sits with her and her friends sit with her. She's a lot happier.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they weren't sat together before. They're good little friends. But I think the rush of lunch maybe just got the better of them and they didn't always sit next to each other.
I felt so sorry for them when I heard like they're saying like, oh, she just goes into lunch and just sits and cries.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, bless.
Yeah.
That's so difficult.
I think because it's not just their reception, it's reception year 1 and year 2. So it's a lot of people going into lunch. It's quite a big thing.
Yeah.
But it's fine now because Lily always sits with her and finds her now. But I remember just being like, the little girl this morning, she was so cute. Lily was saying, oh, and then the mum was like, remember, Lily, can you sit with her at lunch? Because crying. You can edit that out. So-and-so will cry. And the little girl was going, I don't cry anymore. Like, really proud of herself. Like, I don't cry anymore. I'm fine, Mum.
That's
And
funny.
she was like, oh, okay. And they took it. But could you still sit with her, Lily? Lily was going, yes, I will.
Yeah.
But it made me
yeah.
laugh that she was like, oh, it's old news, Mum, I'm over it.
Yeah, we've had to employ Lily now to like ferry people into school.
Yeah.
Because she's quite.
It was like
comfortable.
1 week, the teacher was so sweet. One day, rather, not 1 week. But it was 1 week this happened. Anyway.
Yeah, we understand. We understand.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I remember Lily just got in. We'd already had a big thing about your little friend is sad at lunch, make sure you sit with her. So she was already like, yeah, I'll sit with her, Mum. Anyway, 5 minutes later, one of her friends turned up. I'd been talking to her mum, so I hadn't left yet. And they wouldn't go in. And I was going, oh, are you, So I don't know. I'll call them Amber. It's not their real name, but I'll make it up.
Wow, we're creating names now. Sure.
I thought I'll use a different one. Because I can't go so-and-so all the time. It gets confusing.
Yeah. Just confusing, though, because that is a name of other friends.
But they were at nursery, so you can pretend.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, oh, are you Amber? Because helpfully, we haven't even mentioned this, but there's a day you could go and see them in school in like this
yes.
hour.
Yeah.
So I'd met a few of her friends then and learnt their names. So I was going, oh, are you Amber? You're friends with Lily. And then the mum went, oh, yes. Yeah, we hear a lot about Lily. And I was going, do you want me to get Lily so she'll bring you in? Because the little girl was really cryy. And Mum went, yeah, that'd be good. And she's going, yeah, I'll go in with Lily. I was like, okay. So I was like knocking on the window because she's already gone in. Lily. And Lily was like, yes. I was like, your little friend Amber, she wants you to hold her hand to go in. So Lily was good. She came out, she held
I just
Amber's
love
hand.
this image of you like banging on the glass on the school
really
classroom
then
going like, Lily, get back out here. You need to bring the kids in.
I say 5 minutes. 5 seconds later, another of her little friends came in very sad. This is the little boy that she's been friends with, who we met beforehand.
Yeah.
He was looking sad. And I was like, Lily.
Come back.
Your friend's sat
You've
here.
got another
He's
friend
sad.
to bring in.
And she looked at me like, oh. You could tell, because she likes the little boy.
Like,
it was because I was once again like, come on. And she was like, okay. Came out, helped him go in. He was still a bit sad. He wasn't as quite as emboldened as the little girl had been, but he still went in.
But he went through the door. Willingly.
Yes.
Not having to be dragged in.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for the teachers when they have to like drag the kids in. It must be so difficult.
And then our teacher came up and she was like, I think I need to hire Lily just to bring people in. And I was laughing. And then I was going to Lily, remember to sit near the little girl at lunch. And she was like, I know, Mum. I think she was like, goodness, what's she going to have me do now? Because she was sat happy playing away with something. And I'm like, Lily, come get so-and-so.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mum's like,
it's the best way to do it, isn't it? Like not showing off that Lily can is all confident, but like at least we're utilising this to help other children to get over their worries getting through the door. I don't know why the door is, because a lot of them like they're fine once they're in.
Yeah.
Something about going through the door. I suppose it's leaving your parents, isn't it? A few
of the parents were telling me this. They said they would arrive, run and play in the playground, not near their parents at all, completely happy.
Yeah.
Then it got to the moment where they're like, come here, you're going in.
Yeah.
And then they'd break down.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, you've been playing not near me with your friends completely fine. But now you've got to come here just... I think it's like they know that's the kind of the final step, or you know.
Yeah, the psychology of children's brains, you know, is what it is.
But yeah. So she's done well. We've been using it to help other children.
So, if in a year's time parents are listening to this as they approach starting school for their own children, what tips or advice have we got? Or what are the takeaways from this episode?
Well, I think what's helped Lily is she's got some little friends to walk in with.
Yeah.
So she really likes meeting up with them now to walk. I think that's nice for them. Like we did, reading loads of books about it, I think helped just get in their head that this is happening and this is what like normal school day looks like. And I think for Lily, because she's always liked books, it's just been another way for her to learn stuff and get comfortable with it. Like we said, playing like kind of school with the dolls and role play with that's really helped.
Yeah.
I'll be honest though, what's really helped Lily is because Lola's going to start nursery. And for some reason, Lily was like, well, of course, I can't go to nursery if Lola does. Yeah. I mean,
I see. So she's like, it's a 1 in, 1 out system where she's
Yeah.
like, well, Lola's starting nursery. That must mean I'm kicked out of
well,
nursery.
and I don't know if she thought like, well, I'm much older and wiser than her, so if she starts
Yes.
nursery, I can't possibly be there. Like,
Yes.
I don't
mean,
know what it was about it.
We've played into this, but it has helped that
Yeah.
like Lily likes to be a big girl.
She does.
She likes
and like
to
to be
play
the
into
big
that.
sister.
So like by saying like, oh, this is what big girls do. They go
Yeah.
to school. Like that's,
Yeah.
it's helpful. I do think, I mean, it's difficult to know how much each individual thing
Because
contributes.
I keep being
but
like, did any of that help, or is it just,
I think like the taster days and seeing the school
Oh, yeah.
helped an awful lot. Like just not having that fear. It's not going to a completely unknown place.
Yeah.
She has seen it. She is familiar with it.
Yeah.
I remember her coming home and like telling me all about it. Like, Daddy, there's an area where you can paint at school. There's this area where we can sit on the floor. There's
This is where you play
this
Lego.
is where the chairs are and the Lego is. And I was like, that sounds lovely, Lily.
Yeah.
And so she knew the setting. I think it's really difficult if you've not had an opportunity.
Yeah.
Not for you, but for your child to go in and
Well,
see
and like
it.
when it was just the parents thing to go in, I remember when I went, she went, Mummy, can you take lots of photos? Because she knew I'd be seeing it.
Yeah.
Which was actually, I think, already helpful for me to just show her pictures and be like, this is the bit. Because I did watch you, like an over in thingy parent. I was like, this is where you sit. This is where you do this. Like probably 100 pictures of different things for her to see.
Yeah.
Which obviously, once again, you might not get that opportunity. But I think even before she went, she then had an idea of what things look like. And it was fun to go, that's like the thing at Bluey's school. Like they had one of these things. And
having a reference point for it is helpful, isn't it? I'm not sure it's helped. Like a lot of us, I see in the playground, we try the thing where dads come and do drop off and see if that helps. I wouldn't say it's particularly successful.
No, I was having the discussion this morning because we were talking about how Lola's going to start and you will do drop off because I will find it too emotional because Lola will cry and she cries less with you.
Yeah.
And I was talking to some of the other mums and most of them said they're actually worse with the dads.
Really?
Because they said they do it less often. So it's kind of more... like painful because that person doesn't normally drop them off, so they almost find it weirder and harder to adjust to.
I mean, in our situation, I've always done drop off with Lily, so that's quite typical. But I can see that if it's normally the mum that drops off, and suddenly you start school and it's your dad dropping you off.
Yeah,
that's like another change.
They said some of them tried that and it just backfired.
Yeah. Oh, something we've not mentioned. Sorry, this was meant to be like advice and tips. It's just descended into more stories of things that have not gone right. I'm always interested seeing, it's not happened to us because Lola's quite little, but certainly I've seen parents there dropping off kids with siblings there and the siblings have really struggled. Seeing their older sibling go into school.
Which is true.
And they are of an age where they have a comprehension of what's going on and just, know they're not going to see them for the rest of the day. And they're really struggling with that.
No, I've seen a few kids like that.
Taking a screaming younger sibling away.
Yeah, true.
That's hard as well. So... I don't know. Maybe in that circumstance, think about whether it's sensible to take the whole family.
But I'm like, what if you have to?
Yeah, you might have to. Yeah.
So like when I pick Lily up, I'm like, well, I have to bring Lola because otherwise you're not going to get any work done for that extra time.
And we see lots of grandparents there that are doing drop off and pick up. Just because you have to. Like again, like it's 2:30 in the afternoon. Like who by 3:00, who's off work to go and do? I mean, that's why there's a lot of mums with babies there because they're like on maternity.
Well, that's why I've got to know a lot of them. We're all doing pick up and drop off.
Or increasingly people like us who work flexibly and from home. But it's a real challenge. I mean, I don't know what any of the solutions are to any of this. We've muddled through. This has been our story. And
it's gone surprisingly well, I'd say. We have our share of meltdowns now, but I wouldn't say this is at all bad, really.
Nice. And we're like 3 weeks in, we're getting there. Like certainly we're not over it. Like still every day there's plenty of children that are not happy going in. Lily is still having meltdowns, as you heard. Like she's struggling with it being tiring. I don't know how long it takes to kind of properly settle, but
I think my problem is I know it's not long till it's going to be half term and I don't know what will happen then. If people don't know, Lily's never had holiday from school. She's been like on holiday with us. But at nursery, she goes all the time year round. You only have a week off or so for Christmas. That's it. She's never had a long period. So half term's not too bad. But I'm like, there's the Christmas holidays.
We'll
and
have to
there's the
cover this in a
summer
future episode, but
holidays.
this is challenges still to coming up.
Yeah.
Challenges in the Cribbit household.
Because I'm like,
coming
A,
up.
childcare, but
Yeah.
B, that's a long time to not be at school.
If you have school-age children, you have to let us know. Like, what do you do in half terms and holidays? Like, what do you do?
What do people do?
I suppose again, grandparents probably come into play.
And there's like holiday clubs. So our school
Yeah.
does do a holiday club that I'm
Yeah.
tempted by. So we'll see.
Interesting. All sorts of things to discuss. Well, thank you for sitting with us on the wall outside the school in the September sunlight and chatting with us, with the parents, as we wait for our children to appear from the school.
Yep.
This imaginary little scenario. Thanks for coming and chatting with us. I hope you've had fun listening to some of our stories. We'd love to hear from you, how things have been for you, or wherever you are in this journey, whether it's in the future for you or you're reminiscing about this time that happened in the past. Yeah. That's it. Do join us again for another episode very soon where we'll be chatting all about another topic related to babies and toddlers and under fives. This is the ending.
Yeah.
We are a very professional podcast.
Happy?
Is that a question to our audience? See ya. See you soon.
Don't wake the baby.
Sleep well. God bless.